Okay, welcome back to our setup of the Macabacus growth arrow. We've set everything up, but the one last thing to discuss and investigate is whether we're going to have this growth arrow as fixed or dynamic. Of course, a dynamic financial model and chart is more effective, so let's go ahead and go with the dynamic option. You'll see that if you select dynamic, this dialog comes up asking you where you would like to insert additional chart data and calculations. Macabacus is always super careful about inserting new chart data, as it doesn't want to interrupt any of the calculations you've already made in your worksheet. So we can put it right here to the side, press OK, and let's press OK on the growth arrow, and we can see that those new cells and calculations have inserted. Now we're just going to do a little bit of reformatting with Macabacus, but first let's actually just move this down one row so that we can put a heading here. And now we're just going to use some Macabacus formatting shortcuts to just get this nicely formatted and consistent with our worksheet. So now that we have everything formatted, we used a few formatting cycles, center across selection, and autofit. We don't have to worry about these cells. These are just really driving the mechanics of the growth arrow. And here is our offset and our height, which we actually set up in the dialog. What we really need to dig into here is this growth label cell, which is, we can see up in the formula bar, is actually calculating the compound annual growth rate. We can see that that calculation is really just our most recent year, $116, divided by 187 to the power of 1 over 3. And it's 3 because we're going across 3 periods from 2018 to 2021, and then minus 1. So that's a calculation that many are likely familiar with, but we can just replace these hard-coded numbers that Macabacus grabbed for us with the actual cells. And really what we're doing is making this fully dynamic. And we can use a count A here to get that 3 that we need. And there we go. And finally, let's just apply auto color here. And that looks excellent. So we can see that this growth label cell is really driving the calculation, as well as the growth label itself. We can see CAGR and then our actual calculated number. So that's excellent. One last step, we can see in our legend here that we have an item for growth. This is a bit redundant since we kind of know that CAGR stands for compound annual growth rate. So we can just double click that and delete it out. And our chart looks awesome. It was super simple to set up a fully dynamic growth arrow using Macabacus, and say our data changes. Say if alpha's numbers change, we can see that our CAGR has automatically updated and is truly fully dynamic. We hope you enjoyed this. Enjoying these tips and would like to see more of our content? Then hit like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for all your support, and we'll see you over in the next video.